How's it going, everyone? MajorRushMore here. This video is basically my thoughts, opinions and impressions on Black Ops 2. So, to start with, my wife went in on Monday during the day to pay for the game in full so I could use the express queue for a GameStop, because the last time I went around last year, I just was queuing for about a fucking hour, I couldn't believe it. You know, it was just fucking excruciatingly slow. But, so she paid the full so I could use the express queue, and I got in there at about 12:15, and when I got in there was about 5 people ahead of me, so there's no need for any express queue of any kind, you know. So got the game. I picked the basic package. I didn't bother with the hardened or care package editions. Couldn't be bothered with all that shite. I just want the game to get stuck into it, you know. So I got the game, drove about 100 miles an hour home. I was so excited. I had a grin from ear to ear coming home, you know. And I got in and I stuck the game in, and I stayed up playing until about 6 o'clock that morning. So, to get stuck into the review of it then, or my initial impressions, and to start with the menu. Yeah, I found it very slick and clean, you know. It was very quick. I had no problems getting the grips with it after a while. Now, admittedly, at the start it was a bit kind of different and had to get used to it, but once you get used to it, it works really well. It's lightning fast and has everything you could need. I don't see it missing anything, like, you know, they put a lot of effort into it. Job well done on that. The graphics, it looks and feels better, a whole lot better than Black Ops 1 quality, which I found very, very cartoonish, you know. It's more vibrant and it's not as washed out as Modern Warfare 3. Lovely colours in it. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a successor to Black Ops 1 anyway. From the audio quality, you can tell a whole lot of time was spent on that as well. Like, it's really, really good from that respect. The gun sounds are just right. You know, when you're watching Sky News and you're watching these reports from fucking Afghanistan or wherever, you know, and you hear the gun sounds going off in the background, it sounds very like that. Like, you know, the guns are going off. They're not fucking taking over your headset. Like, you know what I mean? They're muted. Like, you know what I mean? They're just right. It just feels right. Footsteps are a bit loud and all that kind of stuff, but the ambient sounds and all the other sounds going off in the background are just right. Like, I like the sound horror when I'm playing, like, you know, but unfortunately now dead silence and situational awareness aren't available until about level 51 or something like that, so I have to make do with what I have at the moment, and it's quite annoying hearing my own footsteps, but listen, sure, that's what it is. Just can't wait to get to that level where I can get all those other perks, you know. The gameplay itself, it feels very balanced. It was a bit clunky, a bit hard to get used to at first, but then when you crank up the sensitivity, like I used to run with a 6 sensitivity on Modern Warfare 3, so on Black Ops 2 now I have it set to 8, and it just feels about right for me now at the moment. I just fucking felt like there was a guy around every single corner in the game, like when you're playing it, like, you know, like you'd kill someone, you might be lucky to kill another person, but then you're shot in the back, you know. There's someone around every fucking corner, it seems. I don't know, the spawns are... I haven't run into any bad spawns or anything like that, but it just feels like there's someone around every fucking corner. It's very hard to get a kill streak together, you know. Generally when I'm playing I use the low kill streaks because I'm not good enough at it yet. Once I get good enough at it, I'll stretch the kill streaks out so I can start using the what do you call it, the Warthog, the VTOL warship, or whatever you call that fucking thing, you know. It looks really cool. And the dogs, eventually get to that level, I'd be delighted. And the ultimate dream of getting that swarm, I just love to get one of those at least and see what it's like, you know. The game modes then, you have all the usual suspects like free for all, team deathmatch, kill confirmed. There's a couple of new ones in the mix. Multi-team, which is like 3 teams of 3 in various game modes of, I think it's team deathmatch, and the new map, or the new game mode called Hardpoint, which I actually liked. I got into a couple of games with a cousin of mine there the other night, and I was racking up 50 plus kills in them, you know. It's quite good, yeah, I enjoyed it, but I'm more of a free-for-all guy, you know. Yeah, so as I said, like, my favourite maps, my favourite gameplay, or sorry, my favourite game modes are free for all to start, and then a bit of domination if I have to mix it up a bit. And but I like the Hardpoint. It's growing on me, so I'll probably be expecting to play a bit more of that, and you'll probably see some videos of me playing that. If you haven't tried Hardpoint, check it out. It's pretty good. Now, if we get onto the guns and equipment, then when I started the game, I started off, like, I'm mainly an SMG guy, you know. So I started off with the I think it was the MP7. I'm not sure if that was unlocked from the start. But starting over from Modern Warfare 3 was one of the most powerful guns on it. Maybe people say it's overpowered, but I had the MP7, and I just started getting frustrated. I had a silencer on it. I was losing gun battles, you know. It just wasn't working well for me, you know. I tried a couple of different guns and I just couldn't get it right, and tried a Vector and all this shite, and I just had to keep going back to the MP7 with the silencer, and I just fucking got so frustrated with it. I was pulling my hair out. I was just saying to myself, oh, this fucking game is shit, you know. But then I fucking said, fuck it, I'll change it up a bit, and I eventually got to a gun, an assault rifle called the Type 25. And I put a few little red dot sight and a quick draw handle on it and all that kind of stuff, and it was good. It changed my opinion of the game. Like, I was loving it. It was nice and quick, and I was starting to own a bit on it, you know. So I recommend that gun if you can't. It's if you haven't got any other good guns unlocked, the Type 25 assault rifle, it's available close enough to the start. So if you haven't tried it, give it a try with the red dot sight, and it's very, very good. Other stuff about the guns and equipment, the bouncing betties, like in Modern Warfare 3, like, you had a good chance of surviving them, like, you know, you'd hear them pinging off and you just drop to the floor, you know, and you can avoid them. But in this, they're a couple of fractions of a second quicker to go off, you know, so you have to be really on the mark. Once you hear that cue of it just going off, get down as quickly as possible, you know, because they're very, very quick in it, and I've died a lot to them, you know. The grenades, they feel like they kill a lot quicker. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's a bigger blast radius, or they're stronger or something, but they definitely feel like they kill quicker. I'm loving these the shock charges. If you haven't tried those, they're absolutely brilliant. They're better than concussion and flash, I think. Like, you know, you can throw them out. Someone walks into them, they get shocked and momentarily stunned, and just take them out. Then, like, it just looks cool as well. Like, you know, you can see it all going off. What else do I like about it? The pistol, the B23R is such a good pistol. Like, you should try it out. You have to throw extended mags on it as well, but yeah, give that a go if you haven't. And one of the new bits of equipment in the Guardian, that works quite well as well. If you need to use it to hold down an area, or put it in a doorway or an alleyway or something, and suppresses the people, and it's quite good. You get lots of assist points, and you can build up your points that way, your point streaks, you know. The Pick 10 system, it was quite confusing at first, but like all things, like, when you get used to it, like, there's no bother picking it up at all. Like, it's quite fucking simple to use and intuitive, you know. When I'm using it, like, now that I've gotten used to it, I generally don't bother with a secondary gun at all. I like to use in the wildcards, I like to use something called the primary gunfighter, which gives you a third attachment on your primary weapon. And generally what I like to use on it is the red dot sight, the laser sight, and the foregrip, or the quick draw handle. It just feels right for me, you know. The laser sight is just like steady aim or something like that. The quick draw handle just gives you a quick draw on it, and foregrip gives you more accuracy. And the red dot sight is the reflex sight. That's just more. You just feel more accurate with it, like, you know what I mean. As you can see in the gameplay in the background. If I get onto the maps, then they're very imaginative. The locations are great. I just wonder, do these places exist in real life, like, or where did they get their inspiration from? Some of them look really, really cool, you know. I haven't played all the maps yet now, of course, but there are quite I probably haven't played about 5 maps on it. For some reason, I'm just probably not playing the right game modes for it to get in on those maps, you know. But generally seems to be the same maps I'm playing the whole time. What else have we got on it? Yeah, the maps, like, there's great lines of sight on them, like, especially for domination, like, you know, and also there's lots of twists and turns and alleyways and all that for flanking, and there's so many routes you can use to flank people. It's unbelievable, you know yourself. The problem is, like, there's lots of nooks and crannies as well for campers, and you know, campers inevitably fucking follow suit with all this kind of stuff, you know. It's fucking load of bullshit, but they're going to be there in every fucking shooter. What can you do about it? There's lots of obstacles as well for people to head glitch and all as well, and what can you do? You have to fucking get on with it, you know. People are going to abuse that kind of stuff. So basically my feelings and thoughts to summarise on the game, like, I loved it at first. I started getting frustrated when I started using the silence guns, you know. You just don't feel like they work right, and when I switched it up to the Type 25, I was absolutely fucking loving it. And now that I have the MSMC, which I think is the best SMG in the game, please try that if you haven't done so. I just fucking absolutely loving it now. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting used to it now, and getting used to the maps, and eventually we'll get there and we'll start beasting on it again, you know. But at the moment I just run around like a headless chicken, and yeah, it's obviously the best COD yet, and I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm running over on this video now, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'd love to hear what you have to say on the matter, so please leave your own thoughts and opinions on the game in the comment section below, and I shall talk to you in the next video. Thanks for watching.